Alright everyone, it's time to talk about my literary adventures. As you may have noticed, yesterday I have finally uploaded the video for edition 200 of the Occult Literature series. Now, what I had said is I definitely need to get to 200 editions. The initial goal was 100. I breezed past that. I sort of stagnated for a while. I was going more slowly, and then I'm like, well, I really want to get this done because I tend to be a bit OCD. And so I was looking through my source files and stuff, and it's just like, it's a mess. I want to clean it all out. Yesterday I began that process as soon as I was done with my literary video there. By the way, links in the descriptions to my books blogs, Blogspot and WordPress. Again, as I spoke of briefly before, there may soon be a website for all of my content. It will have, you know, merchandise available there probably. It's going to be a main project. And then eventually there will probably be a literary e-store at some point. That'll probably open up later. So that's all planned for this year. It's in active, you know, planning right now. No further updates until stuff is pretty close to completion. It shouldn't take that long, a couple months or something. But anyway, stage 3 of my literary projects is, first and foremost, I need to get organized because I work better if I'm working with things in a certain way. I had cluttered files scattered around my computer and on USB drives, and fucking I had source files that I'm never going to edit. Here's the other thing. I looked through the source files, and for a while there I just sort of went on a binge obtaining files without really checking them very much. And so some of those files have a bunch of, like, they're scattered with footnotes and Hebrew lettering and crazy shit, or they're all marked up, or they haven't been properly scanned and they're all wonky and there's no way to possibly work from them easily. Those sorts of works, while they can be edited, I move them to the end of the line, or in some cases, if the work is inordinately long, I don't think people are that interested, maybe I'm just not interested in the subject much myself, I'm just going to get rid of the file. I'm trying to slim it down because if I'm no longer going to be editing at the frenetic pace I was for some months prior, I'll be able to space them out more. I'd like to take my time as well, and part of Phase 3 is going back to a few more works that I wrote or edited and getting them entirely remade. Like Fruits of Eden, there will definitely be a redo of that. I want to put it in the standard 5x8 format that'll raise the page size. I want to maybe get my usual illustrator to go through and do new illustrations. Mine are good. I have no problem with them. I've even used them in cover art on herbals of other sorts. And I'm proud of the work that I did, but it's not perfect. And I want to be a bit more of a perfectionist. Also, I need to go back, maybe re-edit some of the other edited works. The thing that stopped me from continuing that was part of Phase 2. I stopped because CreateSpace had like a copyright problem. What I learned is that you have to slow yourself down, because the re-editing process is a lot faster. It's already 99% complete. All you're doing is changing a margin, maybe going through doing a quick scan to see if there were any spelling problems. You're changing the font, and then you have to reformat. You can do that in a day. It doesn't take much time. Most of those works, these early ones, are fairly short anyway. The problem is I did them so quickly that all of those, and I explained every one of them to CreateSpace. It's not like I got banned, any works got taken down, or any weren't actually uncopyrighted. I wasn't breaching copyright. The other thing, I'm still pretty sure to this day that another mistake was I didn't mention to them, hey, I'm using my own edition. I think they thought I was plagiarizing my own work. Like, they didn't realize, like, there's no system in place for them to realize, oh, the author's the same, the editor's the same for a reason. This is the person who posted the original on their original account. I think they may not have realized that. Because if I'm editing some grimoire from the 16th century, from my own edition no less, I'm definitely not breaching anybody's copyright. But I got, you know, these problems, and the other thing was that because of the way their email system works, it was getting cluttered together, and sometimes I couldn't even tell which work they were asking me for which proof of. And so I think something was desperately lost in translation. For a couple days I couldn't access my account, and I was very, very worried that I'd have to literally scrap it, make a new account, populate everything. It'd take me years to build back up. So I need to slow it down. I do need to do Fruits of Eden. I'm the author, so I can definitely do that. That'll also allow me to test whether their system is automatically declaring it needing copyright proof based on the fact that there's a pre-existent edition. If that happens, then I'll know that that's what's responsible for the problem. I'm also going to tell them, look, you desperately need to change that because you could end up taking down someone's account for editing their own work. for literally making like a second edition of their own book, and that doesn't make sense. That shouldn't be happening. Amazon should check for that first thing first as soon as something is loaded. Is this person listed as the same as before? Is this literally just a new edition? You'd have a staffer spend 5 minutes and you'd be able to tell that that was what happened. Instead, it takes more time. You have to have a whole email exchange and look through source files and fucking all sorts of bullshit. And it's weird. But there are some early works to re-edit. I'll do that slowly. I'm going to be editing and releasing books basically forever. I don't plan to ever stop unless I run out of interesting files. Or, I lose my hands in a tragic lawn mowing incident or something. Okay, well, maybe I can get text to speak. I mean, those things where you speak and it, puts it on the screen and shit. I don't know how accurate they are, but I could probably figure my way through it. Then of course, I lose my tongue in a tragic coffee accident. Coffee was too hot, and I got gangrene. They had to fucking remove it. I can't talk anymore either. Then I'll have to be like Stephen Hawkins, I guess. They'll have to put me up on a wheelchair and hook me up to some brain monitor to allow me to type and shit. That'd be kind of funny. I wonder how he did that. Was that literally reading his mind or something? Was that literally a brain hooked up? Like, I don't even know how they did that. I know I'm getting off on a tangent, but it is kind of literary related. But yes, Phase 3 has begun as of now. I'm still organizing the files. I got to go back and I got to talk to my illustrator, get some quotes on some other works. There are a few relatively nice works. It'd be nice, easy edits that nonetheless I need some illustrating for. I'm going to compile them probably first, pay my illustrator, because remember, because I make money doing that, I can actually write off the illustrator's fees on my taxes. It's actually perfectly legitimate, which is really interesting. So actually it's not, I mean, you get about a third of the money you spend back, so it's like, it's pretty cool. And this is an independent freelance illustrator who does good work, so I'm like, well, she needs the money, so just sort of makes sense. Rita Metzner, by the way, she's done work for me before. She did all of the illustrating for the Lesser Keys. She did illustrating on several Herbals, among other works as well, and actually did a rendition of Stolas for me at one point too. That's about all. Peace out.